Hey everybody, got a combo tonight with Fireball XL5 and Buck Rogers. Both are children's shows, but they're fun, I think. We're going to start off with a Fireball XL5. It was a Jerry Anderson British show, and Jerry did a lot of puppetry animation for many, many years. And this show is from 1962, Fireball XL5. And it takes place in 100 years later in 2062. And it's a space exploration, almost Star Trek-ish, where they protect America and the Earth from intergalactic beings, but it's also an exploration show. It's a lot of fun. And it was a very popular show, but it only had 36 episodes. And ran for 1 year because they couldn't keep up with the animation part of it and the special effects and the sets. It was very labor intensive. So the next show was called Stingray, and it was in color. So this is his last black and white show. So the trivia question for later, James Bond 007. What recurring character in a James Bond movie did voiceovers for Jerry? Recurring 007 character that did voiceovers for Jerry. And I'll have the answer to it at the end. Hope you guys like the show.
Okay, Venus?
Okay, Steve.
Right. Let's go.
Lieutenant 90, send out a general alert. This is an emergency.
Yes, sir. World Space Patrol Headquarters, Space City, calling all Earth tracking stations. Emergency. Priority 1, stand by. Repeat, stand by.
Canaveral, roger. Woomera rocket range, standing by.
Okinawa, standing by.
Yadro Vang, standing by.
What do you make of it, sir?
As I feared, Lieutenant 90, a missile,
According to the computer, it's carrying a planetomic bomb.
which is powerful enough to destroy the whole Earth. Lieutenant 90, check the exact position of the missile, then instruct one of our spaceships to intercept. Let's see. Sector 25. That's Fireball XL5, Steve Zodiac.
Well, Robert, we're on our way home at last.
On our way home, on our way home, on our way home.
Gee, I keep forgetting you're only a robot. Say, Venus, how's our beautiful doctor of space medicine?
I gather by the compliments, Steve, you want something to eat. I'm preparing a meal right now.
I just adore your French cooking. What's on the menu today? Blue pills, pink pills, or those delicious capsules that you make up? Boy, will I be glad to get back to Earth to have a steak. Calling Navigation Bay. Say, Professor Mattick, how are we doing? Are we on schedule?
Well, Steve, we are approaching position 15-0 blue, and I'm registering minus 14G from the moon. reporting G from the moon. That can only mean one thing.
Well, what's that, Professor?
It's time to eat.
Say, you gave me a scare. I thought it was something important.
Space City to Fireball. Planetomic missile approaching Earth. Position 24-0 red. Intercept. Repeat. Intercept.
Go, XL5. Abandon routine procedure. Intercepting enemy missile. Arming all warheads. Awaiting course instructions.
Steve, where is the missile heading?
According to Space City, it's heading towards Earth. We've got to stop it, Venus. It's carrying a planetomic warhead.
A planetomic warhead? Why, Steve, that's a million times more powerful than a hydrogen bomb.
That's right. Our only chance is to explode it in space as far away from Earth as possible.
Is the professor tracking the missile?
Yep. He's getting me a position right now.
Okay, Steve. I'll go straight away to help him.
Okay, Venus. Good shooting.
Steve, steer 184 blue.
Roger. All warheads go. Fire starboard thrusters.
Roger.
Okay, Professor. We're on course. Maximum speed.
All right, Steve. I'm switching to radar telescope. Radar telescope, Venus.
Radar telescope operating.
I've got it. Range 24-25. Steve, we will have to fire the interceptors at maximum range. That way we'll be clear of the radiation when it explodes.
Roger, Professor. Prepare forward interceptors.
Roger.
Fireball XL5 is dead on target.
How are we doing, Professor?
In range now, Steve. Stand by with interceptor.
Standing by.
Range 2400. G-rate 2.
2400. G rate 2.
Master guidance system UHF.
Master guidance system UHF.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, Steve.
Roger. Standing by to correct course.
6 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and go.
What's happened, Professor? The interceptor exploded before it reached the target.
It was exploded by radio waves. There must be a crew on board.
Yeah, a suicide crew. Interceptor 2.
Roger, interceptor 2.
Venus, switch on jamming beam.
Will do, Professor.
10 seconds. He's done it!
Nice work, Steve. You okay?
Fine, Commander. What now?
Steve, our computers have traced the source of the missile to planet 46, Sector 25. Looks like it's your baby. Good luck, Steve.
Roger. Setting course for planet 46 to investigate. Say, how about some coffee, Venus? I guess we've earned it. Sure am glad I've got Robert as a co-pilot.
How long, Steve, before we arrive at planet 46?
Oh, quite a few days yet, Venus. I suggest we rest all we can. We don't know what's in store for us when we arrive.
Say, how about that coffee?
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. I'm a tootie. I almost forgot.
XL5, this is Space City. According to our calculations, you are now approaching planet 46.
Space City, roger. Just going into orbit. We'll call you when we've carried out reconnaissance. Here we go. Fire main retros.
Okay, Steve. Firing retros.
All right, Steve. We're in orbit. Robert is in the rear control center. You are clear to go.
Okay, Professor. Venus and I will take a quick look around. If we need any help, we'll call you.
I'll be standing by, Steve. Take care of Venus. We don't want to lose our doctor of space medicine.
Sure thing, Professor. Safety belt fastened.
Safety belt fastened.
Here we go.
Steve, do you really think that the missile was launched from this planet?
Well, Venus, that's what the computers say. We have no evidence that there's any life on planet 46, although it does have an atmosphere.
What worries me, Steve, is that the computers in Space City are very rarely wrong.
Sure. That's why we're here. Let's unfasten our safety belts and go out and investigate on our jetmobiles.
Fun fact, Jerry called his technique for filming super marionation. It came from 3 words: super, marionette, and animation. So super marionation is what he called his puppetry, kind of a gimmick name for his technique. Back to the show.
Good. They've landed safely.
See what I mean, Venus? No sign of life. No plants, no water, nothing.
Yes, but this could be just a barren part of the planet.
No, it's all like this. Professor Maddock has carried out extensive surveys of the planet from space.
Gee, this place gives me the creeps. Nothing but rocks and craters. And boy, is it cold. Steve, look, caves.
That could be the answer. I'm a tootie. Why didn't I think of that before? Come on, let's go.
Look, Steve. Diamonds. Thousands of diamonds.
Looks like we've stumbled on something, Venus. Come on. Venus, stop. Venus, on the other side, look. A door. This can only mean one thing. Life. I'm going across, Venus. You stay here. If anything happens, get back to the ship right away and get help. Fast.
But Steve... Steve... Steve, what's wrong?
The forward thrust motors have failed. Must be the heat. My speed has dropped, but I can still make it as long as the hover jets don't stop.
Turn back, Steve.
It's too late. I've got to keep going now.
Steve, you're almost there.
together.
Oh, Steve.
Venus,
Get help.
fast.
Steve Zodiac, you appear to have recovered from the effects of the coma ray.
What's happened to Venus?
Your Earth woman is quite safe for the moment.
Where is she?
She is out there in the rocket that will be launched against Earth in exactly 8 minutes from now.
You're bluffing.
Am I? Commence launching procedure.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
Very simple. Instruct your spaceship to land.
And if I don't?
You will.
Fireball XL5. This is Steve Zodiac. Have discovered launching bay and have occupants held as prisoners. Bring her down, Professor. I can't carry them all in Fireball Jr.
That's boss, Steve. We're on our way. Robert, landing procedure. Position code 220 red.
Landing procedure underway.
Excellent, Steve Zodiac. Now instruct him to land at position code 220 blue. And your Earth woman will be released.
Fireball XL5. This is Steve Zodiac.
That's right, Professor. Land at position code 220 blue.
But Steve,
No questions, Professor. Just do as I say, please.
Okay, Steve. Robert, change landing procedure. New position, code 220 green.
Changing landing position to code 220 green.
Correction, blue. Repeat, blue.
Understand blue.
Now, Robert, it's no need to get all steamed up. We all make mistakes. I know you think I'm a bit of a toot, but I'm only human.
Good. Now, Steve Zodiac, observe.
They're sinking into the ground.
They are indeed. All is going according to plan. Your spaceship will sink in the ash. The beautiful Earth woman will die. When the rocket hits its target, Earth, then it is your turn. You have already cost us one failure.
So much for your word as a subterranean.
Silence, Earthman. Proceed with launching.
Resuming countdown at -40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32. Robert, restart the motors. Robert, what's the matter? Are you there? 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignite. Volt on guidance mechanism.
Change guidance frequency.
Tabahaduya. 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 Niko matagaha. Niko parapcharoya. Nito patagaya. Nagwa tabaha. Nara chburala hayo. Namatawara. Rocket now under control. Guidance system functioning normally.
Don't worry, Steve Zodiac. Unlike Earthmen, we do not make mistakes.
That's what you think.
It's no good, Robert. We can't get her out of this without Fireball Jr. What's happened to Steve?
Fireball XL5 from Steve Zodiac. I'll be with you in a moment, Professor. Once we get the nose cone attached,
We'll be able to pull Fireball out of the ash.
Hurry, Steve! We're almost completely submerged.
Okay, Professor, I'm back. Firing main boosters.
All right. Instruct your subterrane to abandon the missile with Venus. If you don't, we'll be forced to destroy your planet. Now, transmit.
This is your subterranean chief speaking. Abandon missile with Earthwoman. Repeat. Abandon missile with Earthwoman. I have passed on your message, but to no avail. The Earthwoman will die anyway. They have no space equipment on board.
Here, take this. It's an oxygen pill. It'll enable you to live in space.
Okay, Professor, I've taken my oxygen pills. I'm going to bring Venus and the subterrane on board.
Take it easy, Steve. Okay, Steve. They've ejected.
Roger, Professor.
Prepare interceptor missile for launching.
Message understood.
Ignition and go.
Well done, Professor. Now winch us in. Well, Venus, there's Earth. Sure looks better from here than inside that subterranean rocket.
Thanks to you, Steve. I guess I know now why they call you the greatest astronaut on Space Patrol.
I think you're cute, too. Space Patrol, this is Fireball XL5 returning to base. Mission complete. Over and out.
I wish I was a spaceman, the fastest guy alive. I'd fly you around the universe in Fireball XL5. Way out in space together, conquerors of the sky. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball. Every time I gazed into your starry eyes. We'd take the path to Jupiter, and maybe very soon we'd cruise along the Milky Way and land upon the moon. To a wonderland of stardust, we'll zoom our way to Mars. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball, 'cause you would be my Venus of the stars.
Hey everybody, hope you like that one. Next up is Buck Rogers. It's a 1939 Universal Pictures serial starring Buster Crabbe as Buck Rogers. The plot is Buster and his friend Buddy Wade awaken from a 500-year suspended animation to find out the world is being run and ruled by the evil Killer Kane.
Westmore Observatory, calling dirigible Chandro. Westmore Observatory, calling dirigible Chandro.
Not scared, are you, buddy?
Well, I guess I was a little scared before you got above that blizzard.
Keep a secret?
Yes, sir.
So was I.
Well, I'm still scared. What for? We're up so high we can hardly breathe, and we're about to run out of oxygen. Westmore Observatory, calling dirigible Chandro.
Flying too low now. Think on any more ice and snow?
Calling dirigible Chandro. Westmore Observatory, calling dirigible Chandro.
Good, they finally found us. Brayden, take the controls. Dirigible Chandro entering. Go ahead, Westmore.
I've contacted Miss Buck's voice.
Hello, Chandro. Is that Lieutenant Rogers speaking?
Buck Rogers to you, Professor.
Hello, Dad. We're having a swell time.
Are you all right, Buck? Where are you?
Okay so far, sir. Still riding above the blizzard.
What's your exact position?
Can't say. Within about 300 miles, sir, on account of drift. Holding about 40,000 feet elevation. Have to stay here until we ride out the storm area. Think we can do it. Breathing is getting hard. Running low on oxygen, sir.
I'm going to drop down a couple of thousand feet. I've got to have air.
off ballast. We're losing altitude. We're going to... Oh, we can breathe. Are you fool? We're loading down with ice. Maybe too late now to lift this weight.
No, Professor. We've dropped down into the storm. Buck's trying to climb out, but he can't make it.
What are you going to do? Bail out before we crash! Stop him, Mitchell. He'll freeze to death before he lands. It's better than dying in here like rats.
Do you think there's any chance for them, Professor? I'm afraid they're likely to crash, but there is one chance. Hello, buddy. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Then listen carefully. Do you remember that tank of Navano gas I put aboard just before you took off?
Yes, sir, I do.
If you're forced down, will you promise me to turn the lever on that tank as far to the right as you can, buddy?
Yes, sir, I will.
No, I don't get it. What is Navano gas?
It's a recent discovery of the professor's. A gas that induces suspended animation.
Suspended animation? Well, that's a lot of hokum, isn't it? Like perpetual motion and...
Show it.
You see that dog? He's been in there nearly 3 months.
What's strange about that? He's dead, isn't he?
He's neither dead nor alive for the time being.
What do you expect the dog to do? Come to life?
Here, feel of his heart.
Why, it's starting to beat.
I put a tank of that gas aboard the Chandro as a precautionary measure. If they were forced down in some inaccessible spot, I hoped it would sustain their lives until relief ships could rescue them.
Watch out, we're going to crash!
Professor!
What is it, buddy?
Buck says we're going to crash. Goodbye, Dad.
Ask Buck for his approximate latitude and longitude.
Buck, Professor Morgan wants to know your approximate latitude.
What's happened? Hello, Chandro.
Hurt bad, buddy?
Most of that much.
Hello. Chandro just crashed.
Give me your latitude and longitude, and turn on the Navano gas.
Gas is turned on, sir. Latitude about 70 north, sir. Longitude.
You were right, Lacey. It's the remains of some ancient type of spaceship.
Wonder why we never saw it before. I've flown over this place 100 times.
It's probably covered with ice most of the year. Let's take a closer look. We'll use our disintegrator pistols.
some sort of gas.
Certainly is an antique. They're in a perfect state of preservation. Must have been frozen since the ship crashed. Well, that's strange. Body's almost natural temperature.
Let's get them out of here. This gas is making me drowsy.
Well, take hold of his feet. White! He's alive!
Sure I'm alive. What's wrong with you? It's a funny-looking uniform. Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy, step out of it. He's all right. Professor Morgan's gas sure did the trick. How long have you been looking for us?
Why, we weren't looking for you.
Well, that doesn't make any difference. You found us anyway.
I think we'd better take him to Professor Hure. Our patrol ship is beyond that point of rocks.
Now wait a minute.
March.
Ship's at least 100 years ahead of anything I ever saw.
Wonder how fast we're going.
About 1,000 miles an hour at least.
Polar Patrol, calling Operations Office. Polar Patrol, calling Operations Office. Operations Office. Go ahead, Polar Patrol.
Golly, they sure dial in quick.
Put this call through to Scientist General Hure. It is urgent. One moment. Go ahead.
Captain Rankin speaking. We're approaching the city with 2 prisoners, found in a dirigible.
A dirigible? That's impossible. Such ships haven't been used since the 20th century.
20th century? What does he mean?
I don't know.
The ship was frozen on the tip of Bering Glacier. Prisoners were in a state of suspended animation when we found them.
Bring them directly to me when you land. That is all.
Buck, we're gonna crack up.
No, look, buddy.
Scientist General suspects her. You're to come directly to his headquarters. Thank you, Lieutenant. Come along, men. Come on.
Professor Hure. So what kind of an elevator is that, anyway?
By radioactivity, it breaks down the atoms of the body to their component parts, and reversing polarity reassembles them wherever desired.
Take my place, Lieutenant Deering. Follow our spaceship through the televi. How did you come to be in that dirigible?
I was in command. We'd taken off from New York and were making a transpolar flight around the world when...
What year was that?
1938.
1938? Impossible. Let me verify that. (1938). There was such an expedition. Your name, please.
Buck Rogers. Lieutenant Rogers officially.
And yours, my boy?
My name is George Wade, but I'm usually called Buddy.
Nirvana gas. That explains it then. Rankin, we are witnesses to a scientific miracle. By means of a gas discovered by Professor Morgan, these two people have remained in a state of suspended animation for 500 years.
500 years?
That makes me old enough to be my own great-grandfather.
But, Professor Huer, that's impossible, sir.
Dr. Huer, Killer Kane has captured another of our pilots.
You may save yourself considerable discomfort by telling me where to find the entrance to the hidden city.
I do not remember.
I think I know a way to make you remember. Look into that instrument. Look into it. Those men were once pilots of Dr. Huer's ships. Now they are living robots. Men robbed of all willpower while they wear the helmets I had designed for them. Shall I have you measured for a robot's helmet? Or will you tell me where the entrance to the hidden city is?
I do not remember.
Take him away.
I don't understand, sir. Who is this man called Killer Kane?
He is the result of the stupidity of the men of your century. You failed to stamp out lawlessness, and in the end, the criminal became stronger than the law. Racketeers, you called them. Today, they rule the world as cruelly as they ruled their gangs in your day.
Well, isn't there any chance of help from an outside source?
Only from men on some other planet.
Another planet? Well, that doesn't sound very hopeful.
It could be, but our spaceships seem unable to slip through Kane's air blockade. We've lost 5 thus far trying it.
You mean you actually have ships that can travel from planet to planet?
Of course.
If you have ships that can travel that far, I think I know a way of running that blockade.
Well, if you have any plans, I'm ready to listen to them. But to me, it seems much hopeless.
Am I right, Marshal Craig, in assuming that you can operate a plane from the ground at such a distance, mind you, by means of radio?
That's correct, Rogers.
Well, then, sir, why don't you send up such a ship as a decoy? While Kane's patrol is following it, I can slip through in a spaceship and get help from Saturn.
We've already lost too many ships and crews. We can't afford to try it.
It seems to me you can't afford not to try it, sir.
Rogers is right, Marshal. Unless we get help from Saturn, our cause is lost.
Very well, sir. You're in charge.
Thank you very much.
Lieutenant Deering, you will go with Rogers to establish a means of communication with Saturn, if you do get through to that planet.
Another one of their spaceships.
Patrol ship 7-4 calling 60,000-foot patrol.
Shall I lay our course directly for Saturn now, Buck?
May as well.
Hey, Buck, look.
They fell for it, all right.
How can they fly that spaceship with no one in it?
We can direct all the aircraft from the control room until they reach the outer atmosphere.
Don't think we'll run into any more trouble. Why don't you take a nap, Wilma? I'll take the controls.
Thanks very much.
Hey, Buck, what's that up ahead? Looks like a gray wall.
That's the outer atmosphere of Saturn, buddy. It's 10 times denser than the air around the Earth.
What was that?
I don't know.
Look, it's two of Killer Kane's ships coming up fast behind us.
Retard your speed to 1/2.
If we do, they'll get away from us.
Don't worry about that. They'll either have to slow down or go up in smoke.
Retarding rockets. If we enter that atmosphere at this rate of speed, the friction will bring us to a crisp. Look, they smashed some rockets. I can't fire them. Help me open the release valves in the oxygen tanks. If they explode, we'll be blown to atoms.
Buddy, take the controls.
The portholes are giving way, Buck.
That's no use. The heat has melted the valve heads. Move, buddy.
There's only one hope for us. Climb above this atmosphere back into outer space.
Visit our snack bar and treat yourself to some delicious Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches. Cook the Castleberry way, slowly over open pits of glowing charcoal, then seasoned with a sauce that's zesty, yet delightfully mild to please the entire family. Also at the snack bar, you'll find popcorn and soft drinks and candy and French fries to go with your Castleberry's barbecue sandwiches. There's plenty of time before the movie starts, so visit our snack bar right now for Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches.
How much longer, Venus?
Almost through, Steve.
Is it necessary to do this every day? I feel fine.
You know what the regulations say, Steve. You have to have a medical checkup every day during your tour of space duty.
Okay. You're the doctor. Ouch!
A-okay, Steve. All reactions normal.
Thanks for nothing. Say, that reminds me, Robert's about due for a checkup. I must have a word with Professor Mattick. No need to blow your top, Robert. I have a checkup, you have a checkup.
Say, Steve, I picked up a lone satellite ahead on the spacecraft. It's very strange.
Let's see if I can spot it.
Well, I'll leave you two to your stargazing. I must make out my report.
Can't see a thing, Matt. Could it be a space probe?
Well, Savannah is the nearest planet, and we've had no news of any activity from there. Wait, yeah, I have it. It looks like some type of spaceship. Why, it's a fuel tanker from Earth.
I'll try to contact it by neutroni transmitter.
Fireball XL5. Come in, EFZ4.
No reply. Let's take a closer look. This could mean trouble. Venus, prepare thruster packs.
We're close enough to cross to the tanker now.
Roger, Steve.
Okay, Robert, she's all yours. Keep her on free float. 7150 blue.
Roger, free float 7150 blue.
While you're gone, I'll report to Space City.
A-okay, Venus.
All set, Matt? Let's go.
Don't forget your oxygen pills, Steve.
Okay, Venus. About to enter ejection room.
Good luck. And be careful, Steve.
Roger, Matt. Ready to eject.
I sure hope they'll be all right.
Tanker entrance located, Matt. Opening now. We are entering the tanker now, Venus.
Roger, Steve. And please, be careful.
The ship's lighting system isn't operating. Turn on your flashlight, Matt.
Roger, Steve. Boy, it's cold in here. All the power must have failed.
Yeah, sure feels like it. Here's the control room. I have a feeling we're not alone, Matt.
He's alive, but what's wrong with him, Steve? He's just staring like he's in a trance.
I don't know, Matt. Let's get the poor guy back to Fireball. This place gives me the creeps.
He's in bad shape, Steve. But I think he'll live. He's in a deep state of hypnosis.
Yeah, but how could it have happened? Where's the rest of the tanker's crew?
I diagnose he's been in this hypnotic coma for several days.
Well, we'll get the tanker back to Earth. Maybe they'll come up with some answers. How's the patient, Venus?
Well, he's still in a deep trance, Steve. How's Robert making out?
Just fine. You'd think he'd been flying tankers all his life.
Steer tanker 1750 green. 1750 green.
Fireball XL5 entering Earth's atmosphere, Commander Zero.
Roger, Lieutenant 90. All systems go. Colonel Zodiac, report to control on touchdown, please.
Landing procedure 473. 10-0. Stand by, everyone. Systems are at go. Well, that's the story, Commander Zero.
Yep, Steve. It all figures. You know, this is the fourth tanker we found abandoned in the past few weeks. They were all on the same route, delivering fuel to Gran Venia. But we haven't come up with any answers yet.
Well, I've got news for you, gentlemen. The tanker pilot isn't going to come up with any answers either. He's still in a state of deep hypnosis.
But Venus, can't you give him a shot to bring him out of it?
I daren't, Professor. The shock would kill him. We'll just have to wait.
Things sure are against us. But I've got another idea.
Tanker EF Z5 spaceborne. All systems go. We'll rendezvous Fireball XL5.
Let's hope our plan works. If we escort the tanker along the same route as the others, we could learn something.
It could be very dangerous too, Steve. We don't know what's out there.
We'll soon find out. We'll be approaching a location where we found Tanker 4 very shortly. Hey, I'm getting an unidentifiable radio beam impulse on the radmoscope, Steve.
This could be it, Matt. Try to get a reading.
Steve, there's something out there, and that light, it feels strange. It's almost hypnotic, peaceful, soft, restful.
Steve, this is it. This is the cause of the tanker pilot's hypnotic trance.
You are all feeling tired, very sleepy. There is no escape. You will soon be at peace.
Where's that voice coming from? It's all around us. Matt!
The voice is coming through all the electronic instruments. Let me see. My readings show that the sphere is unmanned. There's no sign of life aboard. Oh, it's making me feel very tired, Steve.
It is pleasant not to have to think. Relax. You are drifting. Gently. It is so easy to obey. Forget your care.
Steve, we're being hypnotized. I can't fight it. Nothing can.
Wait. There must be something. I must try to think. Zodiac, snap out of it.
Change course. It is far easier to obey than resist. Fly 5170 red. Relax. You are in my power.
Change course 517. What am I doing? Robert, you've got to help.
Change course. 5170 red.
The tanker, it's changing course. Keep on course. Keep on course.
Roger, keep on course.
Relax. Come to me. It is peaceful here.
Change to course 5170 red, Robert.
Roger, changing to course 5170 red.
No, Robert. Keep to present course.
Keep present course.
You must obey. Change to 5170 red.
5170 red.
5170 red.
No. No, Robert. Keep present course. course, 5170 red.
Present course. Keep the present course.
I have failed. The Earth patrol ship has escaped me. How? My system is foolproof. But wait. All is not lost. They will collide with Mirana, the planet of fire. They are doomed.
Keep present course. Keep the present course.
What happened? Ouch, my head. I remember now. The voice. Robert must have steered us clear. Where's that heat coming from? That's the planet Mirana. And we're headed straight for it. Okay, Robert, I'll take over. We've got to pull her out, and fast. Made it. That sure was a close call.
The voice. It's gone. We're out of the influence.
You bet we are, Venus.
Guess we only had a mild dose of that hypnotic treatment, or we'd be in a coma like that tanker pilot.
Come on, Professor Matic. You're out of the trance now. Wake up.
Are you okay, Matt?
Oh, it's all right, Steve. I'll be thinking straight in a minute or two. Oh, I feel such a toot passing out like that.
Yeah, I feel kind of tooty, too.
Will you come in here, Matt? Gee, it's a pity you can't give us any information, Robert.
But he can, Steve. Have you forgotten? Robert records everything at all times.
Of course. We can play it back, then discover the route that voice tried to make us follow. Robert, replay from 1500 hours.
Change course. It is far easier to obey than resist. Fly 5170 red. Relax.
Okay, Robert, that's enough. Course 5170 red. Why doesn't the voice affect us when we hear it again?
The soft alternation of the light would induce the hypnosis, Steve. The voice just gives the commands.
You mean the light alone could hypnotize us? Or at least put us to sleep?
That's right, Steve. If we're to go back there, we must destroy that sphere.
But if we destroy the sphere, we'll reveal our suspicions. Let's follow it back to its base. Have you unloaded the cargo into my storage tank, Earthling pilot?
It is done. I must obey.
Good. You will fly the tanker into space and stay there. I do not want your useless machines cluttering my planet. All the fuel I need will come from the next tanker to come under my influence. Then I can send my hypnotic spheres to every planet. I shall be master of the universe.
All ports and windows are blacked out, Matt. Guess that should stop that light from the sphere.
Now all we have to do is cut out electronic systems and the hypnotic voice won't be able to get through to us.
Guess you'll have to fly blind, Steve.
Yeah, Venus. I'll have to sense the attitude of the ship.
It's what they call flying by the seat of your pants. But don't worry, Steve. I'll work out the necessary calculations to keep Fireball on course.
So it appears that the Earthling escort spaceship did not crash into Mirana. They shall not escape me a second time. I will launch the sphere again. But the hypnotic signal will be much stronger. Relax. Drift. You are in my power. Relax. It is so...
Sure is a good thing we don't have to rely on electronics to propel the ship, Matt.
I calculate we should be in the area of sphere, Steve. You better start following the instructions from Robert's recording. Prepare to land, Steve. I calculate we are in Savannah's atmosphere.
Hey, Steve. More spheres. There must be 30 of them.
Looks like a regular invasion fleet. Stand by for action. Going into land.
We'll hear that voice as soon as we step out. Let's play along.
Yes, Steve. Then we can find out where it comes from.
Okay, let's play it cool.
Right. Wait for it.
You are under my power, Earthling patrolman. Come towards the door.
Play along with him.
Welcome to my domain. You are in time to see me conquer the universe. Thanks to the fuel from the Earth tankers, I shall be able to hypnotize the universe.
I've heard enough, Matt. This thing must be destroyed.
You cannot win, Earthman. I am superior. I am all brain, you see?
What can we do, Matt? Venus? He's got us cold.
Cold? That's it, Steve. The temperature in this place would drop in no time if the heating system was damaged.
You are right, Earthling. I am delicate, and the cold would kill me. But you cannot fight me. Relax. You will soon be at ease.
Steve, fire your gun at heat system. I'm so tired.
You cannot lift your arm. Zodiac, you are feeling tired.
I must do it. Gee, I'm sleepy. I must destroy the heat.
Put down your gun, Earthman. Relax. Sleep. Do not fight against me. Relax. It is easier to obey.
I must fight this drowsiness. I must destroy heat. I've done it. I've done it. The hypnosis. We're out of the hypnosis.
It died with its master, thanks to you, Steve. And that means the tanker pilot will be okay, too.
We'd better leave at once, before we all freeze.
Steer for Earth, the course of 3210 green.
How are the tanker crewmen we found on Savannah?
They're out of the hypnosis, Steve. They'll be fine in an hour or two.
Well, that's great. Well, I guess that calls for a celebration. What do you say, Joe?
Yep.
We sure have something to celebrate. Thanks to you, Steve Zodiac.
I wish I was a spaceman, the fastest guy alive. I'd fly you around the universe in Fireball XL5. Way out in space together, conquerors of the sky. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball. Every time I gazed into your starry eyes. We'd take the path to Jupiter, and maybe very soon we'd cruise along the Milky Way and land upon the moon. To a wonderland of stardust, we'll zoom our way to Mars. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball, 'cause you would be my Venus of the stars.
The answer to the trivia question, which was what recurring member of the cast of James Bond 007 films did voiceovers for Jerry Anderson's Supermarionation? And the answer is Lois Maxwell, who played Moneypenny in the James Bond movies, did voiceover work for Jerry. She did not work in Fireball XL5, this one we showed tonight, but she did do voiceover work for Stingray. And I hope you guys had a good time, and I'll see you next time.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.